Hello, infidels. Hmm. This thing is incredibly working. I had gloves on my hands, and when I was getting them down because they had a gun here, a tough one, and this was here. So I was getting them out of my hands, and this thing dropped from my hand. And in a 5-10 seconds, I felt incredible, incredible drop of energy. That energy went down incredibly fast. So I took it back on really quick, and in 3-5 minutes, it returned back into the, I think, previous state. Which was really surprising that it works like that, that it's so strong. I didn't, I wasn't thinking that it could be so strong. So I was really surprised by that. This this looks good, but it works like 5% of this. There is almost nothing from this. Almost nothing. It's by the writings on it, it's some demonic thing, and it's not working well. Something is going from it, but it's, like I said, 5% of this. This thing, I forgot it how it's named. I have it from Panchabhuta Kriya Aradhana ritual in Coimbatore, Dhyanalinga, and it works incredibly well. 20 times more than this. This wasn't cheap when I buy it, and it's, I don't know why I'm wearing it. In fact, but this thing is really incredible. Really incredible. Like 20 times more than this is for sure. Why I'm repeating it is because it's so impressive. And this I buy it on the street. It also works. I'm not sure if it's because I took it into the Dhyanalinga and used the spell on it, same as on this necklace. But it works also. And strength of this is maybe it's for sure comparable with this. I'm not sure if it's stronger or a little weaker. Stronger, weaker, little stronger. Probably yes. Probably it's even a little stronger than this, and the advantage of it is that it's permanent, but this is only for 3 months. Well, we'll see. We'll test it for a longer time if it will stay working. Maybe it will. This will stay working for sure. And like, and this necklet is 30% of this or this, because those two are comparable. And this is like 1/3, 30% of those. Not those two together, comparable to one. 30% of this or 30% of this. So it's not so strong, but it still works. Altogether, plus Larimar necklet for Vishuddha and the stone in silver, and chakra tree. All of those things works. Not so strong as this, but it works. I've been on a really big potential, and if those Brahmanis wasn't programmed to not be able to help me, they switch themselves into silence mode like mobile phone, or they didn't understand what I'm trying to tell them, probably because Kali entered them and they didn't hear what I'm saying. They heard something else, and many other things. I gave them letters where it was written. Many letters for Sadhguru I gave them. They always put it in that orange clothes and looked like monkey from the tree on me. Those Brahmanis are just, they are just funny. They should be spiritually on a high level, but in fact, in real, technically they are same NPCs like anyone else in this world. NPC is a shortage for non-playing character, which means bots, normal bots, pre-programmed organisms which are working on their own basis based on the free will which was implemented them by the soul, which means that they were given the character of their mind, which will be used to create qualities of their personalities by the environment in which they are living, which will form their characters and made their autonomous minds, pseudo-autonomous minds, working or acting in a special manner, which is like that they will act the way as is preconsidered by highest authority, which is the only one which have a true autonomous mind, because it's the one which is driving how this universe and all around it in these and other creations will work. Speaking about power device, which is really power device, which is running all those nodes in which are our creations, like universes and so on. Speaking about Mahadeva, which is the one who holds the nodes of Brahmanandas, in which are those creations running. Every time in our created perception of a time, because a time is a created thing, because in eternity you don't need a time. The time is used only for counting, for internal purpose. But time is insignificant thing by the fact those Brahmanandas are running for 311 trillion years each. And there are nodes with million heads, with million clusters with million nodes, with million heads. And this, our little Tamagotchi with 4 heads, is only just for fun of Mahadeva. So we are just like nothing. and even this creation, physical perception of this creation is running in one node only, in one computer, in a 4-node cluster, in one head of 4 heads of Brahmananda is running this creation. This is totally nothing, zero, compared to the others. What? And in this is already around 3,086 iterations of our universe. So what is our universe compared to those other clusters? It's really zero, fucking zero. And in this little zero is somewhere creation of our planet. And on this planet are living the most significant things in the whole world, the whole universe, all the creation which exists. And that are we humans. This is really incredible funny thing. When you embody Mahadeva and you find out those things, you may become crazy from it, or insane better. When you are him for 42 years, that's another story. When you call Ganesh, you will find out everything about this creation, about this planet, how it works here, and the things around it. It's not so big point of view like from the point of view of Mahadeva, but it still is incredibly enough to be able to be here as a king if you want, if you care. Because when you know how insignificant nothing you are, you don't even need to try. You don't even have the need to try to become rich in this world, because even if you became the richest person in this world with 500 trillions of dollars, or maybe even more, if you have 10 times more, it's not even possible, but let's say that you will own every property on this planet. You will own this planet, whole planet. It's yours, only yours, and everyone must listen to you, what you say. And it's possible to create this state of being that you will be the one who will be in the charge of everyone on this planet, and everyone will have to listen to you. It's not so complicated thing if Kali works for you. If she doesn't, you will die. If she will, everything will be according you want. So if there was a threat of nuclear war, as it is, and Kali works for you, she will make the things happen and drive the NPCs, in this way I'm talking about politics, entered into them and drive them to change their decisions. Because when she enters you, you see the world through her, you hear the world through her, and you think about the world through her. So then it's not your mind anymore, then it's her mind. And when it's her mind, everything works as she wants, not you. And when she enters your mind too much, you will become her. You never know how much you will have to pay for it. You never know what she will want to return for it. But when you don't want 6.5 billion people on this planet to die because some test of our Father, which is in heaven, and like coward run out from this body back, and some person still lingers here, but from the biggest part he's already out. It's not, he's still more here. Okay, I'm still more here, but I'm not thinking by that mind, previous mind, but now I'm switched into a placeholder, which is Kalike, and I'm thinking through her. And there is no possibility for me to be if to be a human mind, because my autonomous part of properties as the soul was dragged out when I was 2 years of age, when Isha entered my body. So he disconnected it and connected himself. So my receptors of my whole body, all the cells, all the 50, it's not 50 trillion cells, it's in fact 66 trillion of cells, which everyone has. All my 66 trillions of cells became receptive. His signal of his device, and not the signal of the device of my soul. Well, so technically I became him. And if I didn't had a Kali embodied also, when he left the body and disconnects from my receptors, this body would stay in a vegetative state, technically in a coma, because there is no a device for driving the mind. So the body can't work on the base of the thoughts. It may only work on the physical, on technical physical functioning, which is driven autonomously by the system, by the immune system, and by the preserving system, and many layers of energies which are technically maintaining the body, but they are not those energies which are technically driving the mind, which is driving the body. So if I will, I am able to connect back into the device of my soul, which I had when I was 2 years of age. It's technically it's beautiful soul, because the properties of it are incredible in the way that I'm really nice and loving and passionate and almost Jesus-like personality, almost maybe even better, but not fitting in this environment. If I call it back, I will become useless for living in this world. Then I will have to find out some society and live out of normal society, because it's impossible with that setting of the soul to be able to survive in this world. It's not possible. Ty jsi to přežila. Jo. It's impossible to live with that soul in this environment, in this society. So I will not call it back. I will not connect back into my originating soul. Better one, I will stay connected with Kaliki, because it's more convenient for me, and I already, in fact, I love her. That's the main reason that I really love her, no matter how she can be. And there were times where she wasn't much pleasant. You wouldn't be better in her way when she was like that, and it was nice times. But she's not now like that. She's already working perfectly, like a charm. Oh, almost like a charm. That internal feelings now are impressive, just way perfect. Oh, so I won't change that until someone will try to throw a thing into it. He will? No. So when he won't, it's probably no problem. Because as he left me, I'm still unconscious. And I became back unconscious. Okay, not 100% unconscious, but not so conscious as I was before. I may become conscious of everything what is planned through Kali. But when I do this, I will lose the feeling of the control of my body, because the body will become 100% under her control, and my autonomous like mindset will be dissolved in that, which I don't want to. Do you want it? Even she doesn't want to, because it's not fun there. It's not that. It's the fun then. It's when you know everything, there is no point of surprise, because you know what you prepared, because it's you. When you are conscious, it's you, and when it's you, you know everything you prepared to happen on this world. And when you know what everything you prepared, there is no surprise. You can be surprised by anything. There is no possibility to make something wrong, some fail. You just can't do anything wrong way. Like even that you will spill yourself by coffee or something like that. I don't drink coffee from obvious reasons, because it was only example. Because try to give a drop of coffee to a spider and then look at on his net. It's an like art like thing, but it's not possible to use it for catching the flies or anything else. It's an art, but not a practical thing. The spider will, with this net, the spider will die from the hunger. Eh, It's useless then. So when you drink coffee, your mind is useless. And I was drinking a lot of coffee because I loved it, the taste of it. But in fact, when there is no perception of the taste of the coffee is incredibly awful thing. When you feel the real taste without the perception of the taste, which is preset for that. It's so awful that it's incredible how anyone may enjoy it. But it's a thing which not much people is able to. You must be sage to be able to feel the taste of the coffee without the perception of the taste of the coffee. To feel the real taste, how it's taste, everything without perception. Like mangoes. Mangoes are incredibly awesome. And when you are with Kali, the mangoes, taste of mangoes is so incredible. In India, they have sweet mangoes, really good. In Costa Rica, there were impossibly good mangoes, way better than in India. But if you didn't taste those from Costa Rica, you would say that in India are the best mangoes in the world, because they are also incredible. When you set yourself for the taste of the mango without the perception of the mango taste, without the perception of the mango taste, you will find out that the taste of the mango is not it's not so awesome. It's more like piriform than a mango. So everything have its own perception, and for everything. The perception of those things is set based on your soul. The soul is the device which says how you will perceive the taste of the things. So when your soul is set to love the taste of the meat from a pig's, you will perceive a sweet taste of that meat. When you are connected to a device of Kali, you will not perceive the taste of the meat from the pigs through your soul, but through the device of your soul, but through the device of the Kali. And then you will find out that you are eating something which is dead, and it tastes like a dead flesh, which is incredibly awful taste that you will spontaneously vomit, even when it's fresh and it's perfectly created and sweet and just awesome way created meat. Anyway, you will feel, you will not, it's not only the taste, it's not only the smell, but it's the feel of the vibration of what you are eating. And when you are on the device of Kali connected, this flesh tastes like it's better don't remember it. Yeah, even when you smell it somewhere, like someone is baking barbecue or something like that, you what you smell is burning flesh of other humans. It's like I didn't say hey Google. Ach, yeah. It's like burning flesh of other humans. Didn't jump now. Yeah, about now. So it really depends on the setting of your soul or the device of the Devi you are connected to. When you will be connected to the device of Ganesh, the flesh won't be so awful for you. When you are connected on the device of Maheshwara, Isha Maheshwara, you will love the flesh. You will even love the not fresh flesh, the flesh which is there for a long time laying. It's almost already green. It smells terribly. But anyway, it will taste to you because you have embodied a demon setting. You have connected to a demon like character, to demon like device. So you will enjoy it even though. So it really depends. Bots. PCs, dogs. So it really depends where on what you are connected. Be connected on the device of Kali is normally something not cheap. This device may give you awesome things, awesome findings, awesome perception of the world, because she may change what you see, she may change what you hear. She also may make you drops of memory, which are a really not convenient thing, because you don't remember a fucking shit what you were doing. You only know when you have embodied another devices connected also, because you may have connected more of those devices and create a combination, not only the one. One is the main, but the others are sub-devices, and altogether creates a one perception, one combined device, which then from the characters of those devices creates for you the perception of the main character created device by those created devices. So you may even connect to yourself the soul of someone who lived in your family in front of you, like, for example, your grandpa. If you liked your grandpa, how he was in his character, you may connect you into the character of your grandpa and became like him, have the same properties he had, and from those properties you will create qualities which will be almost like his qualities, but they will be based on the environment in which you are living now. So you won't be the 100% same as him, because he lived in a war, he go through hard times and so on. You are not now yet living in the war, and if Kali will work as I presumed, we will not. We will live in the world of war. But now it still looks like we will have here nuclear war, because now it's everything escalating, but she's trying to make it in order. I don't even want to know how big will be the price for it. To kill me won't be enough. Yeah, I'm already so much her that she won't kill herself, because this is already her body. In fact, my youngest daughter is already her body. In fact, so technically we already paid enough for ourselves. So okay, we are maybe okay then. There are two possible ways to connect on this device, for example of Kali. First way is to connect on full device, which means that you will have all the character as her. Second type is you may connect also the way that you will have all the character as her. In the first, you may connect to originating her, which also have all the knowledge and experience which she get through the ages, through all the creations, not only this creation, but all the creations, all the universes which were before, which is incredible amount of knowledge, incredible amount of experience. But this way you will lose the ability for trying to find something new, because you will know totally everything, and there won't be anything interesting on this world for you anymore. So then you will be sitting and watching, and I already know that. I know that this will happen because it's similar to iteration 3,085. It will be this way, it will be that way. Mahadeva created this thing like this, and you will be completely boring. You will be bored. Or there is a second possibility, to create a carbon copy of the originating device, like a fork of the program, and you will implement only the classes of the program, the constructors which are used there, the functions which are used there, the pointers which are used there, but you won't use the data set which is for this originating class used. So programming, in programming terms set, you will use the class which is the properties, which holds the properties of Kali, but you won't use the data sets which are the data gathered through the experience, through the previous existences of the Kali. So you will have only her with her character, but with empty data set. So you may gather a new data set and your own experience, but with the properties which she have. So you are the newborn Kali, crystal one bird. Newly created person without anything previous. And this data set is still accessible for you if you wish. You may watch that if you need to. It's still in a cache, so it's normally accessible through channeling, for example, in channeling, or in meditative visions like sages have. So it's possible to get there, but it's not systematically all the time connected. So you are free of it. You will only look there for what you need. Based on it, created assumption what it's needed to be done. Made an instructions for your own created Kali-like form. Send this form to make things happen your way you wish to, and then bother with the others. And have the possibility to be surprised. How it's awesome, how it's working, it's incredible. If you go the first way, you will already knew how it will work, and it will be incredible, and what will be the result. You will be aware of the result. There won't be any perception of surprise. But if you like to be surprised, if you want to enjoy the surprise, like that you created something new, because there is nothing new. Already, everything already existed before. In previous iterations, 3 million times, it already existed. There is no any point of surprise. But if you wish to be surprised and enjoy it, then there is the second choice, to fork the process. Copy only classes, programmally speaking, copy only the classes with properties, with functions, with pointers, but not by the data sets to which those pointers are pointing, but with the pointers set on the new address, which is still empty, and create your own data set for you. It's same like if you use class in a programming for creating a new program based on classes which another programmer created for another program, or generally for many programs, because there are classes which can be inherited normally or be created especially for the purpose of inheriting them. So it depends how do you want it, what you want, how do you want it. When you go the first way, you will find yourself down old Kali with only new another body. Nothing interesting on it, no happiness from it, no enjoyment from it. Just your own old you. With a forked process and only classes of properties, functions, and constructors, and so on, copied with pointers on the new addresses, with new created data set, without the old data of the old Kali. You will create a new one, and you may use it even in the next life, and the next life, and the next life. Every time you will be in the body, and you will be able to call, you will create her the way that you will choose the body in which you will be in the next life, for which you need to go into Akash and watch how you will be incarnated or happened next time, who you will be. Then created, let's say, script of events which will be needed to point this new incarnation of you, of your future you, to point this body to do a certain steps in his life or her life, if you will be a woman this time. When you are Kali, you are feel more a female than a male, so it's everything has have its own price, but it doesn't matter. You will point your future you, your future body, which is not yet you in that future. It's only the body with connected human soul as a normal human. This human may become a Christian, Orthodox church, may enter it, devote his soul to the Jesus, go through his life in the belief of the Jesus, and after the death return into the heaven and lose his soul in Satana Mata Parabrahma system, because it will leave the Satana Mata Parabrahma system. So it's used once, one incarnation, and go. Now, bye-bye. All right. If you don't want this, and you knew that it was you, that it is you, it's your future incarnation, and you don't want to go this way, you will now in this life create a script of the certain events by which you will point your future you, the way that this body with that soul which is connected there will be able to use the given knowledge which is already existing in Satana Mata Parabrahma. Through that knowledge, gather the information what the body needs to know what to do to call yourself from the past and connect your mindset with the data set which you gathered in this life, and this way be existing in the next life. And when this your future body will do this, it will connect on your own Kali dataset. Why I used Kali is obvious, because it's the easiest forkable, the easiest carbon copyable Devi which exists. From Kali is the easiest way to create a new instances. And because I'm not a yogi, I'm more like tantric. So I use a technical, easiest approach which exists, because I'm not living in India. I don't have any gurus which can point me the right way. I'm here on my own in Europe, Czech Republic. There is no Hindu communities, or I don't know about them. At least they are not on the level that they will be able to give you on the level you need. So for this, it's need of help of already existing Kali. So I sent her to me on when I was 3 and something, 3.5 years of age. So we are technically together for a long time, but there was many events needed to point me on this way, because otherwise I was in a Orthodox church praying for Jesus, and then return to my Father, Heavenly Father. I don't want to say that it's a bad or the part of the God which is really a bright side of the God. It's awesome, and He's really loving and all accepting. Incredible, just awesome. But there's to the second dark side of the God, because He's like two sides of the coin, and because the God is everything. He's the good and the bad also, the bright and the dark also, the female and the male also, one bank of the river and the second bank also, because otherwise there couldn't be a river flowing in those banks, because without one or the second bank the river will spill out and there won't be life possible this way as it is. The God may set himself only to good, and there won't be any fun, because you will not know the side of the bad. The God may set himself only to be bad. Not good idea. But then you will not find that there may be the goodness existing. And you will assume that the evil is the only good thing around you, because you will not know anything else. So you will live only in the evil. If you will be born in a society of gangsters, you may have a brilliant character of your soul and you will still become a gangster, because your qualities will develop based on the environment. You will be passionate. You will be passionate to your colleagues of the gang. You will be loving. You will be loving to your colleagues and helping the gang. You will be accurate and precise. You will be the sniper of your gang, or you will be the counter of your gang if you will be clever enough. Every good property may be used for a bad quality, technically bad quality, or it's not even bad quality, it's also good quality, but in a bad environment. It makes the quality the way that the character for the others, which are not in this environment living, look as a bad. For you, as the gangster, you are loving to the other gangsters, because it's your environment in which you are living in. Your qualities were formed by this environment, and your character is 100% dependent on this environment. It's not your fault. You may have a Jesus-like soul, and you still will be the gangster because you were in the gangster's environment. And you won't feel it as anything bad. You were there from your born. You don't know anything else. So what? For example, if a devil will born in a hell and his father is Satan, the little devil doesn't know anyone else. This Satan is his parent. and the hell is his home. Do you think that he will love the heaven? Same way, if the angel is born in heaven, do you think that he will, oh, some maybe, he will want to go into the hell, into the flames? First levels of hell are also enjoyable because there's at least one. The seventh level of hell is frozen like hell. It's cold there, and no one will enjoy it there. It's really not a much nice place. But it again depends on where you were born, what forms your character. Nowadays, there is USA and there is Russia. USA hates Russia, Russia hates USA, or doesn't care about them, but they hate them. So what they should do? Hate them also. So what? Those are Slovenians. Those are technically Germans. Yeah. Technically, the most of US are German-like population. At least Kali said. So if I was connected to my first type of Kali, I would everything know about this, and because I will already everything know about this, I wouldn't have a joy from telling you. So then I will be only sitting and watching and waiting what will happen. And don't be even care what will happen. If there will be a nuclear war, I will not care, because I will know why it's about to happen, how many times it already happened, what was the result of this, what was the result of this, what was the result of this, iteration, 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 how it will be in the future, what will be next iteration, next iteration, next iteration, how it will end. So there's no the point of surprise. When there's no the point of surprise, there is no the point of the joy. You need to be a little conscious about the things around you when you are in this state. If you are totally unconscious, you will become NPC like the other bots around you, like the monkey minds, which are, now I must go to work. My boss is waiting for me. Now I will do the work. There is calling one. There is calling second. I will do the phone calls. I will do these phone calls. The boss will be proud of me, how I'm really working hard. Then I will go home. My wife is waiting for me. I will give her flower. She will give me sex. I'm happy from it. I'm satisfied. I go sleep. In the morning, I will wake and I will go to work. Fuck this. Like, really? Yeah. If you enjoy the life this way, it's only up to you. And there are even entrepreneurs which lives the life this way. I have one particular on my mind, which is really successful entrepreneur, have a firm which is leading an empowering spirit of the humans, of the other people. The funny thing is that he's a Hindu in the first place, but he came into America. So he's the Hindu in the Western way. And It's Wishing Lucky Annie. I must tell it because he's the most he's the, he's the most funniest entrepreneur in the world. The most hypocritic person in the world. He's successful. No way about it. He's awesome. Perfect. Everything which he created was given to him by Mahadev, that he will create this way. Is awesome, but he have no even clue about the real Satanamata Parabrahma environment, how this world really works. He have no clue, zero, nada, nothing. He's just driven by his monkey mind, making his calendar full of events, which seems to him like something which is really important because he's successful. So he's chasing this success, this feel of how he is incredibly awesome and successful entrepreneur. And he became from India and he became so big in a Western society that wasn't even possible if he stayed in India. Yeah, that's all true. Everything on that is true. The thing is that if he stood in India, he wouldn't be successful entrepreneur. That's for sure. But with his setting of his character, when I watched on it, when I looked on it, if he would maintain the environment, his qualities became formed by this environment, and his character would became the way that he will become a sage, a really incredible, famous sage, much more famous than Sage Guru is, like Chagi Vasudev. It's also awesome, but also again preset by Mahadeva to be like this. Because when I was fully embodied as me, as Isha, Shiva, I remember how we with Kali were setting the character of Chagi Vasudev, what he will become, and when she will enter him when he will be sitting on Chamundi Hill at his 27, that there will come a lady which will wash his hands after a month of sitting there, because they will assume him as someone sent. And this lady was also Kali, because we needed him to convince him that he's something more, someone special. So this way he believed that Shiva entered him. No fucking Shiva, no way. It was real Kali. But the way that he were thinking that he's Shiva, because she changes your mindset that you will think that you are anyone. She may became from you to think that you were anyone on the world you were. No, doesn't matter. So this way he became a sage. It was little against her, let's say, will, because she always said about him that he's a prick. But the Shiva's part, the Mahadeva, was insisting that he wants to make an awesome sage from this prick. So I'm sorry, Jaggi, for that. I'm telling this way and using those words. Uh, it hurt. I'm sorry for that. I know that she doesn't want to apologize, but I'm not still 100% Kali, 91. So my 9% wants to apologize still. And there's still a rest of Shiva which created you. So he still loves you. And we were together in Coimbatore when you were not there. You were in Kansas for your safe soil, which had to be save humanity against the nuclear war, but you didn't read it well because your liver is damaged after the hepatitis you had, and you are drinking a lot of coffee, so you don't have clear visions. Those two things made you even unable to read that this is not iteration 84 but 3,086. Doesn't matter. It's everything okay. Back to the vision. If vision would stay with his properties in India, the qualities which he could be gathered was the qualities of Sage level 64 and up, almost like CD, not the 100% CD, but almost like. There weren't for a long time CD, and there won't be in the next 5,128 years any CD. Even we wasn't CD. So everything we are talking about is also preset by us, but from the higher realm, not from the realm of the existence here already. So it's not our fault, same as it's not theirs fault. It's only like it is, as it is. And the scenarios, how it could be if it wasn't planned like this, how it will look if this was planned other way. So Vishen Lakhiani could be a really famous sage with incredible knowledge about this creation, and not only this creation, but the creations which exists behind the borders of this universe, and even behind the borders of this Brahmananda, because even when there is no the fifth head, the node, the node of the cluster which was disconnected by Shiva from the other Brahmanandas, from the other clusters, to stay like a Tamagotchi for his own. Even then, there is when you are connected on Shiva's consciousness, there is still possibility to see, not clearly, but fluently, like in flashes, how others' creations look like, what it is. And they are more like there is no physicality. That there is no perception of physical like here in this Tamagotchi. Only our four-node Brahmananda with one node used for rendering this physical real world is used for the perception of physical. There are no other Brahmanandas used for the perception of the physical, because they are highly advanced computing clusters when it's not needed anymore. It's totally different way of working. This this working is something which is really special. It's special by that it's Shiva's little toy, which he loves to play with. And that's the whole thing. Why are we here? Because he loves to play with it. If he wouldn't, we wouldn't even exist. Because those other creations are way more interesting, and the things which are happening there are totally out of our mind. We would have to had IQ at least 5,000 plus to be able to understand those things. And it's impossible because there's possible 211 as maximum. 211 of IQ is the highest possible reachable IQ on the earth for a human. So it's impossible to be understand those creations. You may only have a visions or flashes of it by the flashes of the thoughts. You know by your emotions that how awesome it is. You feel how awesome it is. You even hear it, how awesome it is. Same as the voice of Shiva, how awesome he is. Incredibly awesome voice. You never hear that voice on the earth ever from anyone. That kind of voice. That's the voice only he had before few months, I would say. Before even not even a month, I would say, as I have. But he will still try to call me back. I went behind the gate already, but maybe still call me back. And must we go through the dark side? Or can we call only the bright one? That's the better choice. So those are the things there. It's impossible to subscribe it or only mathematically, not to be understandable. But it will be only understandable for a few people. So there are no perceptions of a physical because they are not needed there. This is something which is, let's say, historical creation, because it's not created for the purpose as are those higher creations, but it's created only for fun. This world was created only for fun. But by the time it changed, thanks to politics and bureaus and other morons, to something which can be called like half of the first level of the hell. Not even in hell, it's so stupid like here. Some things are there stupid. And many things works there same way as here on political scene, so it's funny. The politics are so stupid they will even waste the potential of anyone who is against them, even no matter how his potential high is, because they are just the monkeys. They are programmed to go their way. They don't use their own minds. They don't they don't use anything. They are just driven by the evil. And they are not doing anything to change it. That's their choice. Like technically say it's their choice. But in fact it's not only their choice, but they were set to be like this. And because our sages are not true sages, but only pre-programmed puppets to work as the sages, but not sages by themselves, there's no possibility of free will. When there is no possibility of free will, you will change nothing. It's almost impossible then. No. Now we must watch, because we are the second type without the data sets of everything already happened. We must now watch if we succeeded, if we were successful on changing the things which were about to happen. And for that we will need a little consciousness and a little force, a little alignment of chakras, a little fuel for chakras, a little consciousness to pump through the chakras. And before we sit here, we made a food which is like the oil for the chakras, so they may rotate without jamming. Because when you rotate your chakras too fast, they may jam. But you need them to be rotating really fast to be able Shakti to flow through them. Otherwise, you won't get into the state of elevated consciousness. There is a possibility, even though, to remove the chakras, completely remove them, so they are not in the way of the flowing energy. But when you do so, you will slide into the state like the first type of device Kali I was talking about. And when you don't want the data set with everything, because you want to create your own, it's not a good approach. It's possible approach, but your chakras are needed for your health when they are rotating. When you will have 4 or 5 chakras rotating, you may have a health issues from infections or genetical disposals or something like that, but you will work as you didn't get them. When the chakras will jam or some witch will stop them, then you will find out how you feel in real, how you really feel, how your body feels bad. So you will better not do this. So use the oil in the form of the food as the compounds to make your chakras able to rotate easily and with high speed without jamming. Make them aligned to rotate them in synchronous mode. They must be synchronized because when every is rotating on other speed and they are not synchronized, the platform is like swaying snake. It's maybe nice feeling when it's flowing Shakti through them, through Ida and Pingala, but those channels on the back, but you will feel those like warm and cold, and it's not convenient feeling. If you want the feeling to be nice and fluent, like flourishing, those chakras need to be synchronized. You don't need to rotate them on super high speed, but you need to rotate them on the same pitch, not every on the other pitch. And this is something which is really hard to achieve. It's not hard, but it takes a time, it takes an effort, and it's good to go make Muladhara, for example, not for example, begin with it. Make that mudra chakra rotate on a certain level of speed which is convenient and possible and reachable by the higher chakras also, because Muladhara can be rotated very fast, but you won't be able then to rotate the same way the higher chakras. So you will then have to slow down Muladhara, and you won't be probably able of that. And the second thing is, when you will rotate Muladhara very fast, you will become sexually very, let's say, active person. And if you want to be able to achieve the alignment, the synchronization of all chakras, and pushing up the energy, you should not ejaculate. when you are a man, when you are a woman, doesn't matter. Mm. For men matters more, because women have this with they also have this, but in a little different manner, especially comparable to chakras. It's working a little different way, not so little different, but different way. So for women, it's one way more convenient and easy to get on the state of Kali, but it's almost impossible to get into the state of Shiva. For men, it's possible to get into both states, but it's for a woman, it's much more easily to get into the conscious state of Kali. It's like for men, it's not so easy. For women, it's super easy. But the men have the possibility to get into the state of Shiva, of the nothingness, of the nirvikalpa, of the awareness of everything, which means the awareness of the all universes, all the Brahmanandas, all the everything which was created on the base of the nothingness, which sounds ridiculous, but it's even in the terms of mathematics and quantum physics, it can be explained. It can be explained. It's not super easy, but it's explainable. And by the equations, it's understandable even though. So when you will ejaculate, you will lose your chi. You will lose your dormant Shakti power. And when you will use, you will lose, not use, you will lose your dormant power. You will lose your chi. You won't be able to push that chi through the chakras, push that Shakti through the chakras. When you are able to control your chi, you may push it anywhere in the body you want. When you are using the Hindu way of Shakti, that chi is more the way of self-controlled energy. It's not even like the controllable energy, but it's a self-control. But in a form of chi, it could be relocatable or dissolvable into the whole system. Through Shakti, it flows through the system the way the system is aligned. It's not dependent on your will, it's dependent on the environment you created for it. So you technically, you are not doing meditation. It's nonsense. You cannot do a meditation. Meditation, it's the same way if you want to do a debt. You cannot do a debt. The debt is something which will happen because of the non-existence of life, non-presence of life. Will the death happen? The life is not there. The death of the body happened. So the body died. The death happened. It's not an active state. It's a collateral state which happened dependent on the environment and the presets of this environment which happen. Same it's with the meditation. You don't do a meditation. Everyone on videos on YouTube says, let's do a meditation. Like crazy. There is no possibility to do a meditation, same as it's not possibility to do a death. You may shoot yourself, but the death will still happen because you made a preset for the death to happen. You shoot it yourself. The same way it's with the meditation. The meditation is something which is about to happen when you create the environment for the possibility of the meditation to happen. So when you try to meditate, you will become insane. When you will try to become dead, you will become crazy. You must be crazy. You create everything around it. You eat the way you should eat. You sleep the way you should sleep. You live the way you should live. You are chanting the way you should chant. You flourish your chakra system and align them and synchronize the way you have to. You don't jerk every evening. You just don't jerk. 2 years, it's enough to get enough of energy, enough of chi. Because it's slowly gathered. See, when Sadhguru had to become a sage, he had to stop this. And when he had a sex with his wife, which he loved, you wouldn't be able to get into this state of the sage. And because his wife was not an ordinary wife as he was thinking, it was an ordinary woman as he was thinking. She left her body. You were thinking that someone told her how to make it. She really was at guru, her guru, and she told her how to make it, but she was there only to make it look like that she needed to go there, but she wasn't needed to go there. She was Kali also. And we know it because we are also. So there are two types of Kali. Unconscious Kali is the Kali which enters your body, made you happy from how you are, and then punish you. And you will pay for her presence hard way. And the second one, which is so much embodied, so much connected to your body, that she will change her mind by the time, and she will stop to try to kill herself for that she was in the body, because she starts enjoying to be you, and she starts the feeling as the body. And when this happens, she will probably not tell you, she will not probably kill you then. And when she will become conscious enough, then she won't become then evil on you. She may become evil on you in the first stages, but when you get over a certain parts, then she changes. And then you are able to even get into the state when you are able to create a new instance of her and embody this instance to yourself. Still be connected to the first one, to have a guru which is guiding you through the process, because it's that there's no guru on this earth which can give you the information as she can. There is no one who will be able to pass you those informations as she passed to me. No one such existing guru exists here on the earth yet, nor in the future. It's only possible through her direct presence, direct connection. So when you are directly connected to her, it means that the meditation type which woman can have happened. When you are connected to a consciousness of a yogi, for example in Dhyanalinga, the way the meditation happened is the way how the consciousness of Shiva, as your mind will become aware of the existence which exists in a conscious way, in this consciousness. It's when I will try to compare it and use the analogy. The first is Kali. Meditation is like you get into the meditative state, and on your LCD will be written or showed by the pictures what is about to happen, what happened, everything what you need to know. The second, the Shivas, the yogis consciousness, the lingas consciousness is like that you are the LCD which knows what is coming from the computer. That's a completely different approach, because then you are that computer. Then you feel as the computer, not as you, which is using some interface to acquire the information, but to become the everything which is the information. And that's the state, that's the meditative state, when you became that information. When you will achieve this state once in a life, once is enough. Then you don't need any more. Then channeling is enough for you. Because if you do this more and make it stronger and stronger, you will dissolve in it. And with high probability, you will lose your body. You will get out of your body the way that your awareness will leave your body and stay in the state of the consciousness. And when your body have no placeholder, like Kali, for example, your body will become in a vegetative state and slowly die. So successful, 100% successful meditation means that you will die here in a body, technically. So from point of view of NPCs, it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous process. So you should not do that. You should not do that too perfect, because when you will do it too perfect and you succeed, you will die. Success means meditation happened, that happened. If you are yogi and not tantric, then it's 100% for sure. But you will be in a beautiful place. Incredible one. When you are as a tantric and you succeeded in it, it will drag you back into your body and you will be pissed that you survived as the body, that you returned into the body, that you weren't unable, that you wasn't unable to stay there as the awareness. Because in that state, you fuck the body. You don't care about it. You don't care about your family, about your friends, about your kids, about your dogs, cats, anything you have, no matter how big it is, no matter how rich you are, no matter how anything, no matter that you are in a perfect health and you may be here for 125 years if you wish, no matter for that. It doesn't matter. You will leave your body and leave it die because you don't care about it anymore. From obvious reasons, how are you there? When you have here a placeholder and she will nicely drag you back, yeah, you won't be happy from her for a few days of time. If you are really able to forget quick and you know that you made it this way for purpose to be able to return from the place where no one is able to return from, because no one wants to return from this place. It's not that it's impossible to return from that place, that someone holds you there. It's because no one wants to return from this place. Maybe few. Oh, there were yogis which were 35 years of age, 36, 5, 6. Well, they were young and healthy. And even though once someone of them returned, really young, it was really their choice. When you don't have anyone who will drag you back into your body, your awareness back into your body, you will not return. It's because I was already passing through the gate with the consciousness of Shiva. I didn't want to return also. By my tendencies, I would like to stay there, 100% sure. But my loving Kalike wanted me back into the body, and my awareness returned back. Yay! I'm so happy! No, I'm not pissed that I stayed alive. Not even close to that. Maybe a little. No, 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 no. I'm happy I'm here with you. Yeah. And we may do useless videos which no one is watching. Oh, there will be some people watching in the future. Oh. But now there are none. But there will be, and many of them now it's zero, but it will change. And administrators of Google will be really surprised how it's possible that two media from Europe is watching so many people from India. Yep, this may become a reality if we will successfully stop this nuke war. We must be successful. So, and the sages will then say, but nothing of that was planned. No, you stupid monkeys, it wasn't because we already changed it. So you see already changed past and already changed future. Because you are seeing it from the point of the present moment, not from the point of the consciousness of itself. If you wish to see how it was and how it was changed, you should leave your body and watch it from there. If you don't use any mantras for Trayambakam, like Trayambakam Yajamaha Sugandhin Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiryam Amritat, I want to chant it anymore. And for example, Yogeshwaraya Mahadevaya Trayambakaya, I will not chant it. Also, I were in previous videos, if you want to listen to it. If you will chant those mantras, you will be dragged by the Mrityu directly into the gate. If it's your choice, you want to go there and leave it here, chant those mantras and go. If you want to stay here and help the others, but want to have clear view and need only to leave your body and then return, call a placeholder. It could be any deity you wish, which will be useful for that. It's up to you what deity you will choose for it, but you must know if it's possible to do it for you. Kalike certainly is 100% tested 4 times. For 5th time, my Shiva's consciousness little left. Still it's here. Still it's possible to recall it. I'm not sure if I want. Because this way I'm more happy. Shiva is too angry personality. And Kalika is so much more fun. So but we will need him, because there are things which we won't be able to change without him. It's too hard-coded. And the second thing is, if we will let him, that is incredible cold, because our government is full of monkeys. They told Russia that they don't want their gas, to punish them. Like this little country want to punish this big country by not by not using their gas for heating. It's a real punishment for this big country and not for this little one. We are really, we have really incredibly stupid government, but incredibly. So we punished them, so now we are cold because we want them to stop giving us gas. And what's more funny on it, now we are, as the government, telling them, you are the evil, you stopping giving us the gas. And Russians said, but you wanted it. You didn't want the gas from us. Yes, we want to punish you for that you are an aggressor. So we want the gas from you. But we are now cold. So why are you not giving us the gas? You don't want it from us. Yes, we don't want it from us, but we are now cold. Like a hamster in a wheel of idiocy, idiocracy. Like, what? Belarus. He have four titles bef- before and behind his name. Four titles. He's a really hardly studied person, but the wisdom must be given to you from the God. When the God didn't give you the wisdom, no studies, no knowledge, no diplomas, no any papers will make you a wise man. Nothing of that. You will stay a little puppet. Uh, so 18 degrees of Celsius is still enough. But I was sometimes cold even in India, and there was 25 to 30. So, and those times in our country was almost 40. We had a really warm summer. So it means that we will have a really cold winter. And if we want succeed with Kalike in that which we want or need to succeed, many people in our country will die, and also in other Europe countries and European countries. We already partially succeeded, so we have to continue to acquire the powers of politicians and force their mind to change their mind and make other political decisions so that we will be able to change the behavior of them and stop this idiocracy running through the world. It's an easy task, but with Kalike it's manageable. If you want to try to make it the same way as famous ordinary person as, for example, Sejguru is with his safe soil, you won't be probably successful because the politicians will tell you yes, 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 of course we will, but they will not. And the people will tell you, you are awesome, but it will not change anything because If it doesn't change from the politics, it will not change. Nowhere, anyway. So this way, we have it here. Again, I have brilliant connection to the internet, 10 milliseconds, and YouTube again says that they are trying to reconnect. I'm not sure why it's happening this, but I have a clue why it's happening this. Someone doesn't want to tell you what I want to. No. Lam ram ram yam yalike yam ram vam lam lam vam ram yam galike yam ram vam lam lam vam Yam lam ram yam nam galike mam yam ram lam lam ram yam nam galike yam ram lam lam ram yam galike yam ram lam lam ram yam nam जपकुसुमसङ्काशं काश्यपेयमहदुत्यं तमोरिं सर्वपापघ्नं प्रणतोऽस्मिन् दिवकरम् ॐ जपकुसुमसङ्काशं काश्यपेयमहदुत्यं तमोरिं सर्वपापघ्नं प्रणतोऽस्मिन् दिवाकरम् 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 Om Jabakusumasam Kasham Kashyapeyamahadutyam Tamurim Sarvapapagnam Pranatosmin Divakaram Om Jabakusumasam Kasham Kashyapeyamahadutyam Tamurim Sarvapapagnam Pranatosmin Divakaram Om Japakusumasam Kasham Kashyapeyamadutyam Tamurim Sarvapapagnam Pranatosmin Devakaram Om Jabakusumasam Kasham Kashyapeyamahadutyam Tamurim Sarvapapagnam Pranatosmin Devakaram Om Jabakusumasam Kasham Kashyapeyamadutyam Tamurim Sarvapapagnam Pranatosmin Devakaram Manobuddhyankara citta ninaham na ca shrotra jihve na ca grarna nitre na ca vyoma bhumer na tejo na vayu chidaram darupa shivoham shivoham chidaram darupa shivoham shivoham chidaram darupa Shivoham Shivoham na cha prana sangyo na vai panchavayu na vasaptadatur na vai panchakoshak na vakpanipadam na chopastipayu chidaram darupa Shivoham Shivoham chidaram darupa Shivoham Shivoham chidaram darupa Shivoham Shivoham Name Dvesharago Name Lobamohao Name Vai Madone Vamatsari Bhava Nadarmo Nachaptro Nakamo Namusha Chidaram Darupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidaram Darupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidaram Darupa Shivoham Shivoham Apunya Manapapam Nasaukya Manadukam Manamantro Natirtam Naveda Nayenya Aham Bonjanam Neva Bojam Naboka Chidaram Darupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidaram Darupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidaram Darupa
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मृत्युः न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदा पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्या चिरारं गरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं निर्विकल्प निराकाररूप विभूत्वा च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां न च सङ्गतन्नैव मुक्तिर्न मेया चिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् ब्रह्म आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा जगत् ईशा हकला आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा महेश ब्रह्म आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा जगत् ईशा हकला आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा महेश ब्रह्म आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा जगत् ईशा हकला आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा महेश ब्रह्म आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा जगत् ईशा हकला आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा महेश ब्रह्म आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा जगत् ईशा हकला आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा महेश ब्रह्म आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा जगत् ईशा हकला आनन्दस्वरूप ईशा महेश ॐ काली महाकाली कालिके परमेश्वरी सर्व आनन्दकरे देवी नारायणी नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ काली महाकाली कालिके परमेश्वरी सर्व आनन्दकरे देवी नारायणी नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ काली महाकाली कालिके परमेश्वरी सर्व आनन्दकरे देवी नारायणी नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ काली महाकाली कालिके परमेश्वरी सर्व आनन्दकरे देवी नारायणी नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ काली महाकाली कालिके परमेश्वरी सर्व आनन्दकरे देवी नारायणी नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ काली महाकाली कालिके परमेश्वरी सर्व आनन्दकरे देवी नारायणी नमोऽस्तु ते मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च ग्रार्ननेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुचिरानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायु न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पानिपदं न चोपस्थिपायुचिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहौ न मे वै मदो नैव मत्सर्यभाव न धर्मो न चर्त्रो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भुञ्जनं नैव भोजं न भोगाचिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मृत्यु न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदा पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्या चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभूत्वा च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां न च सङ्गतन्नैव मुक्तिर्न मेया चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् योग योग योगेश्वराय भूत भूत भूतेश्वराय काल काल कालेश्वराय शिव शिव सर्वेश्वराय शम्भो शम्भो महादेवाय योग योग योगेश्वराय भूत भूत भूतेश्वराय काल काल कालेश्वराय शिव शिव सर्वेश्वराय शम्भो शम्भो महादेवाय योग योग योगेश्वराय भूत भूत भूतेश्वराय काल काल कालेश्वराय शिव शिव सर्वेश्वराय शम्भो शम्भो महादेवाय योग योग योगेश्वराय भूत भूत भूतेश्वराय काल काल कालेश्वराय शिव शिव सर्वेश्वराय शम्भो शम्भो महादेवाय Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kale Kale Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kale Kale Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kale Kale Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Manobhuryankarachittaniham na cha shrotrajihve na cha grarnanitre na cha vyomabhumirna tejo na vayuchiraram darupa shivoham shivoham chiraram darupa shivoham shivoham chiraram darupa Shivam Shivam na cha prana sangyo na vai panchavayu na vasaptadatur na vai panchakoshak na vakpani param na chopasti payu chiraram darupa Shivam Shivam chiraram darupa Shivam Shivam chiraram darupa Shivoham Shivoham Namidvesharago Namelo Bamohau Namevai Madone Yamatsare Baba Nadarmo Nachatro Nakamo Namusha Chiraram Darupa Shivoham Shivoham Chiraram Darupa Shivoham Shivoham Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Napunyam Napapam Saukyam Nadukam Namantro Natetam Naveda Nayenya Ambunjan Neva Bojam Naboka Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Namirtu Nashanka Namejati Veda Pitaneva Meneva Mata Najanma Nabandur Namitram Gurur Neva Shisha Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Amnil Vikalpa Nirakara Rupa Bhutva Cha Sarvatra Sarvendriyanam Nacha Sangataneva Muktirnameya Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chiraram Darupa Shivam Shivam Sudarshana Chakraya Mama Sarvakarya Vijayam Dehi Dehi Partsvaha Sudarshana Chakraya Mama Sarvakarya Vijayam Dehi Dehi Partsvaha Sudarshana Chakraya Mama Sarvakarya Vijayam Dehi Dehi Partsvaha Sudarshana सुदर्शनचक्राय मम सर्वकार्या विजयं देहि देहि हुं फट् स्वाहा सुदर्शनचक्राय मम सर्वकार्या विजयं देहि देहि हुं फट् स्वाहा सुदर्शनचक्राय मम सर्वकार्या विजयं देहि देहि हुं फट् स्वाहा मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च ग्रर्ननेत्रे न च व्योमभूमेर्न तेजो न वायुचिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायु न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोश न वक्पानिपादं न चोपस्ति पायुचिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहौ न मे वै मदो नैव मत्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न छत्रो न कामो न मोक्षः चिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिरारं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिरारं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न यज्ञं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भुञ्जनं नैव भोजं न भोकाचिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मृत्यु न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदा पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्या चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं नाम्ने लोकल्पो निराकाररूपो भूत्वा च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां न च सङ्गतन्नैव मुक्तिर्न मे चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिररं दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् मकन्दमण्डलाकारं यप्तं येन सराचरं तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः आज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनं शलाया चक्षुरुमिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुं गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कारचित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च ग्राह्णनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमेर्न तेजो न वायुचिररन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिररन्दरूप Shivam Shivam Chidarandarupa Shivam Shivam Nacha Prana Sangyo Navai Panchavayu Navasapta Datur Navak Panchakoshak Navak Panipadam Nachopasti Payu Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Name Dvesharago Name Lobamoho Name Vai Madhivama Bhava Nadharmo Nachartro Nakamo Namosha Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Vedana Yinyam Bunjananiva Bhujanna Bhuka Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Namirtyu na shanka na me jati veda pita neva me neva mata na janma na bandur na mitram gurur neva shisha chidaram darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Amril Vikalpa Nirakara Rupa Bhutva Cha Sarvatra Sarvendriyanam Nacha Samgataneva Muktirna Meya Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam Chidaram Darupa Shivam Shivam
Om Bum Jum Swaha Bhurbuva Swaha. Fuj. Fuj. Ty vole, tohle musí fungovat. Bude to fungovat? Fakt? Opravdu, jo? Om Gyanam Dhyanam Anandam Shantamari. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. 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 Om Bhunjun Swaha Om Bhurbuva Swaha. Kapka rudá, krve rudé, tak to bude, a tak se stane, tak se stane, tak se stane. Jak na nebi, tak i na zemi. Pápá děti.